The open world genre of video games has become one of the most varied and saturated, with many different styles that offer players a unique experience. The reason this happened is that an open world game facilitates a level of exploration that isn't available through linear games. In fact, many developers nowadays tend to focus less on the storytelling element and instead on the value and quality of their open world, even in games which may be better suited to linear experiences. Of course, being that this genre has been so successful already, there is no doubt that it will continue to rapidly flourish and grow, especially with the current generation of consoles like the PS5 and Xbox Series 10 offering better SSDs and faster loading times. For now, let's focus on the 5 best open world designs from the last 5 years. For this list, the focus is on the world's design and how it incentives players to explore while converging naturally with the gameplay elements. It's important to note that an immersive experience is significantly important in an open-world video game, and it always helps when the game in question possesses strong elements of realism. Five. Spider-Man Miles Morales. It comes as no surprise that Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales would make it onto this list. The vibrantly beautiful New York, riddled with the exuberant white snow, was a sight to behold. Developer Insomniac Games rendered a version of New York that is easily one of the most detailed and realistic while including infrastructure from within the Marvel Universe. The amount of detail that Insomniac put into New York, especially with added buildings like the Avengers Tower and the infamous Sanctum Sanctorum, made traversing the city an absolute blast, not even mentioning the added effects and impact of seeing New York with the gorgeous ray tracing offered on the PlayStation 5. It truly is one of the most immersive and breathtaking open worlds in recent years. 4. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla Viking Settlement. The visual fidelity on display as Assassin's Creed Valhalla players wanders the stunning environments of both Norway and England should be appreciated. The juxtaposition of Norway's snowy mountains and England's lush countryside is quite spectacular. What the game does so well is mixing bright and bold colors and creating an atmosphere that feels almost like home, especially when Eva is in their settlement among friends and family. The ruined stone structures that players can come across further add depth and give certain areas a sense of richness while blending extremely well with the sunlight's beaming light. Dividing each area into separate cities also meant that each area in AC Valhalla had its own identity. Small, more rural cities like Jorvik and Winchester presented rich towering structures that were bursting with history. The beauty of Assassin's Creed Valhalla is undeniable, with many moments forcing players to stop and behold the scenery. 3. Horizon Zero Dawn. Released back in 2017, Horizon Zero Dawn holds up today just as well as it did when the game first launched. The variety in environments makes Horizon Zero Dawn's world design one of the most unique, from the lush forestry vegetation to the distant formations of snowy mountains. The world is teeming with life, yet all the same, it's a harsh reality with robotic monsters in the shape of dinosaurs and other wild beasts coming after the player. Traversal in Horizon Zero Dawn never felt like a chore, nor did it feel stale, as each area felt like staring at a never-ending beautifully crafted painting. Overriding machines only to ride them through the world of Horizon Zero Dawn was a special experience. 2. Ghost of Tsushima. One of the most impressive titles from last year came from Sucker Punch. Ghost of Tsushima features potentially one of the most impressive open-world designs to ever exist in the industry. The absolutely lush, beautiful Tsushima Island environments mixed with the flowing cold winds make it all too easy to lose oneself in this world. The art designers behind this game created a grandiose space for players to explore. The best moments in Ghost of Tsushima are when venturing across Tsushima's lands, creating a sense of seduction and compulsion in continuing to explore the world. The perfect lighting from sunlight and the harsh weather of cold stormy nights create a sense of immersion that's hard to top. Wandering into a forest in the middle of the night only to see beams of tiny lights in the form of fireflies make for a magical sight to behold. The beauty of Ghost of Tsushima makes it almost rude for players not to experience this ostentatiously gorgeous world. One. Red Dead Redemption 2. RDR2 Photo Mode Roundup. Best Red Dead Redemption 2 Picks Wilderness. It was difficult to rank Red Dead Redemption 2 higher than Ghost of Tsushima, but it would be a lie to say it isn't earned. The success of Red Dead Redemption 2 comes from the beautifully tragic story of Arthur Morgan. However, the vast and enthralling open-world design makes this game one of the best in the industry. Every small detail as players enter different buildings, whether homes or stores, is filled with immense craftsmanship that creates a world overflowing with life. Like Ghost of Tsushima, the lightning storms in New Austin's nighttime make for some of the most visually pleasing moments in any video game. The lax moments of players fishing in Red Dead Redemption 2's huge world make it seem so small, as the sound of peace and silence consumes and surrounds both Arthur and John like no other game. The beautiful greenery of vegetation surrounds the player below eye-popping clear blue skies, and just walking around is easily one of the fastest ways to get lost in the world, as players wander lackadaisically through fields, forests, and deserts on horseback. Red Dead Redemption 2, despite releasing in 2018, is still one of the most visually impressive open-world video games of all time. For more top videos, please subscribe to our channel High 5 Mix. Thank you for watching.